talking loud in the nighttime air. Voices clash without a care. Opinions flare like they matter so. But who's right we'll never know. Microphones like weapons drawn. Swagger in the twilight dawn. Each word iron, each thought steel. To be heard is the final deal. Howling offense in the midnight haze. Everybody's offended, each one sways. We're offended, you're offended, that's the way. Claim the night with the things we say. Truths clash like broken dreams. Voice to voice, let it scream. What's real in this foggy light? Bow hard till the morning light. Feel the hunger of the crowd. Anxious to erupt so loud. Unity in discord side. Witness as their worlds collide. Howling offense in the midnight haze. Everybody's offended, each one's rage. We're offended, you're offended, that's the way. Claim the night with the things we say. Truths clash like broken dreams. Raise your voice, let it scream. What's real in this foggy light? Battle hard till the morning light. Feel the hunger of the crowd. Anxious to erupt so loud. Unity in discord's tide. Witness as their worlds collide. Howling offense in the midnight haze. Everybody's offended, each one's rage. We're offended, you're offended, that's the way. Claim the night with the things we say. We say. We say. We say. We say. We say.
Yes, my mother twitted my fucking tip off.
Y'all need Jesus.
Brother.
Oh, that was the wrong one. Oh, no.
Fail. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to We're Offended, You're Offended. I'm Kim. This is Tyler. And it is Wednesday, also known as Bam Chicka Wow Wow
Are
Hump
we
Day.
Starting this already?
Yes. Our dog says hi. I mean, you can't start the podcast without hearing her whining in the background, right? If you are new here, hi, hello, welcome. Don't forget to hit the little subscribe button down below. And thank you for clicking on the little button to come sit with us and listen to the craziness going on in the world today.
Amazing.
So cool.
Okay, so we're going to be going over a couple things. There's quite a few interesting stories that are coming out. Well, I guess the title of it is, so the man that was identified is supposed to be going to prison, I guess, and be deported for killing 16 people. I guess he might not be because of woke judges.
All right.
So we'll go into that. Also, there's an interesting story that Juno News had got an exclusive sneak peek at our military and how well our foreign funded military is actually performing. It's not good. It's not good, to say the least. It's not good. I don't want to bury the lead, but it ain't good. So we'll talk about that and much more. But before we do, hi, hello, welcome, everyone. Of course, hit the like button, share the show with everyone you know. If you don't, I got nothing for you.
Gay! How can we dance when our earth is turning?
They don't produce anything. They don't do anything.
How do we sleep while our beds are burning? How can we dance when our earth is turning?
Ooh, since I didn't get to do this at the start, it just feels weird now.
Woo! Yes.
Yes.
We're
Filmed
just
in front of a
happy to know.
live studio audience.
That'd be so much fun. I would love it.
I don't know. I think I might. So I wanted to play this because this just shows like the power, I think, of the media, and it's a bit of a feel-good story. So I'm sorry, bear with me. I do not have my personal computer working yet, but I do, however, have a laptop that I have to finger. So at the Buffalo Sabres game, an interesting little thing happened, and I'll let the clip play it for itself. Play it for itself. It won't play it for itself. But
Oh, Canada, our
Woo!
home native, hatred, love.
Why does it keep cutting out?
We see such a strong and from
Whoever's in charge of that audio should be fired.
and on God. Glory.
Woo!
so interesting little video that came out there. So I was told by the media and CBC and everything else that Americans are evil, vile monsters. But actually, when it came to it, Americans actually sang our national anthem.
Which is quite surprising. I'm surprised they knew the words. And I'm not saying that as a slight. I don't know all the words to the American national anthem. So, like, that's actually quite surprising. I'm sorry, what? Are you talking?
God, I can't wait to get my computer back. But do you remember this nice little showing of patriotism?
Oh, this made me really mad. This is during the Olympics, wasn't it? Yeah, this pissed me off.
You heard the people booing the national anthem, but I think ultimately they'll be praising the national anthem. We'll have to work out some deal with it, because I do like the "O Canada," right?
See, and that's not cool. And the funny, I don't know, that whole Olympic thing pissed me off because not only did they have the audacity to sit there and boo, but then when they lost to them, then they're like, oh well, we were so good, we did all this, we did so good, and da 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 da, and like boosting themselves up. It's like you were poor sports, you really were.
Well, but this really shows that is a class act all around from the United States. So while Canada was sitting there denigrating Americans, and it's one thing, if Canadian, like, it's one thing for the people, politicians, they're retarded children, to say the least. And so when you're actually engaging with the average American, They're not like, man, we don't hate you guys. And 99% of the time, it's Canadians are saying the same, except for the whole elbows up crew that just terminal TDS. Like these people just whatever the government tells them to think, that's just how they operate. They don't think beyond, what was the last headline that the media told them that they should think and feel. But most people are just, you know what? We're still homies. If something happened, we'd be there to help the Americans, just as if something happened here, the Americans would step in. And it just shows the difference in, I think ultimately in how people actually are acting. Okay, bye. Are you dead?
No, I'm not. Give me 1 sec.
Okay. All right. Well, since she's doing whatever she's taking care of, but I think that was what?
The dogs were barking. Sorry, that's why I was trying to shush them. Shoot, I did have a point there.
Americans class act.
Oh, sorry. You were saying like if something were to happen in the Americas, like we would go help as they would come help us. I gotta say, I'm not so sure of that anymore. I feel that with Trump in office, I don't know how many Canadians would actually go help the American people just because of their TDS.
Fucking dogs. I don't know why. Just whenever we start actually doing this, they're like, "What? Fight? Sure. Let's pick now. Now's a good time to start causing problems."
This was actually funny. Sorry, I have to interject. So you know how Hemi always tries to jump up on Reese, and then she's all like, right?
Yeah.
This time she sat her butt down. It looked so funny. She just like sat and stared at him. I was like, "Oh my God, that's fantastic." No.
Oh man.
Right. Yeah.
Brutal. But I think it was a nice feel good story just to show everyone that, at the end of the day, it shows a class act by the Americans.
1,000%.
And it really exemplifies how petty and childish Canadians are acting to the Americans.
Right. Well, and it's funny because like even with the Olympics, one part I forgot to say was when the American people were making comments about them winning, all of a sudden they're all butthurt by it. It's like, really? You guys were literally booing them. Like it's exactly that. It's very childish.
Yeah. It's whatever. Like I said, it's a bit of a feel-good story. It makes us look like total douchebags,
Yes.
but that's the elbows up crew for you. That's just how they operate.
What if things are reversed? Like, do you think Canadians would be somebody, the Canadian person up there would start singing the American national anthem?
No. Oh, no.
Mm-mm.
No, they would say Donald Trump's an evil dictator and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Say, can you see Donald
TDS.
Trump sucks so much D? Yeah, 100%.
I have TDS. So, I just wanted to share that one. But let's go into a bit of the headline of the show here. So this is actually reported by the Daily Mail. And caught this. So Canadian judge halts deportation of trucker in crash that killed 16 hockey players. So of course this is the what happened in 2018. This Sidhu guy, apparently new driver within Canada, one of our finest new Canadian drivers, smashed into a school bus full of hockey players, the Humboldt Broncos, killing 16 people and injuring basically everyone on there.
I was going to say he like wiped out the whole team. Literally.
Yeah. So I'll just read a little bit here. So a Canadian judge has halted the deportation of an Indian trucker who killed 16 members of a junior ice hockey team over fears of his mental well-being. Justice Jocelyn Gagne, you're about to gag on these nuts, granted a temporary stay of deportation for Jaskirat Singh Sidhu, just 3 days before he was scheduled to return to India this week. Sidhu, 37, was driving a semi-truck full of peat moss when he barreled through a stop sign at 53 to 60 miles per hour before striking a bus carrying players from the Humboldt Broncos.
Hold on. And this was in Canada. So can you please tell everybody how much 50 to 60 miles per hour is?
Between
Kilometers?
90 and about 100 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, zoom in.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, I actually drive that section like every day. I know exactly where that collision took place. I drive past it. I see the memorial every single day. They actually just rebuilt it and made more of like a memorial permanent structure just recently.
Oh, wow.
And so it's a constant reminder of what happened there. And especially me, someone in this industry. It's absolutely disgusting that this happened, and I think this is actually a travesty of justice. But I'll continue reading because if you're not pissed off, you're gonna be. He pleaded guilty to dangerous driving causing death and was jailed for 8 years.
8? Not even a year per person? 8.
No,
So
he got
6 months per person.
He got 6 months per killing. Yeah,
That's fucked.
yeah, but was released on parole just 4 years. 4 years. The Immigration and Refugee Board removed Sidhu's permanent resident status and ordered his deportation just 1 year after his release from jail. In a desperate attempt to prevent his deportation, Sidhu's legal team filed an application for him to remain in Canada on humanitarian and compassionate grounds. You destroyed 16 families, and he's like, "But what about me? What about my feelings? How am I going to kill more people if I'm over in India? I can't kill Canadians. I can't kill the evil infidels. If I am in India, I can't kill infidels in India."
My dog stepped on a bee.
He'd be like, really citing mental health.
Oh yeah, so it says
Wow.
the refugee
What about the mental
board.
health of all the parents and family and friends of those people? But cool. All right.
Oh, don't worry. Hold on. It gets better. It just shows how corrupted our entire system are. I'll keep reading. Justice Gagne on Friday granted a pause of his deport. Oh, sorry. The attorneys argue that Sidhu has 2 young children who would be affected by his absence. Yeah. Action meet consequences. Crazy concept. I guess they don't have action meet consequences in India.
Hold on. So, okay, but he should be able to stay with his kids. But those families, it's okay for them to lose their kids. And that is one of the most horrible things a parent could ever have happen to them, is that their child dies before them.
Yeah, the worst thing is a parent having to bury their children.
Yep.
So, say he lives with mental health issues, including depression and PTSD. Don't care. Justice Gagne on Friday granted a pause of his deportation until the court can rule on his residency application, stating that considering his high self-harm ideation, that he would suffer irreparable harm in the absence of a stay order. Sidhu appeared in court in Calgary Friday, just 3 days before his scheduled deportation. His lawyer, Navi Dhaliwal, told the judge that if he were forced to return to India, Sidhu would quite likely commit self-exit.
Hold on. I have something that literally will benefit everybody. Are you ready? I figured it out. This is why I should run the world. Seeing as how Canada is offering citizenship to people who decide to go into our army, why don't we have him go into our army? He gets citizenship, and also win-win. He can go strap, kaboom.
He can go fight over in Ukraine. There you go. You don't want to be deported? Go to Ukraine. You're in the front lines for 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, Keen, you're 100% right. Why just deport him? That's cruel and unusual punishment. Send the whole fucking flock back.
Hold on. Why haven't people thought of this before? Or maybe they have thought about it, and it's only coming to my thought process right now. Why aren't we doing this with prisoners? Why aren't we making them go to war? Put little, I don't know, fucking tracking devices on them and some shit and make them go fight in wars. Maybe that's the fucking rehab they need.
Maybe actually understanding the value that people who actually, contribute to societies and everything else. But
dude,
like what? Yeah, no, Keegan's 100% right. I 100% agree with him.
Around the world.
Why deport him? Send the whole clan back. That's cruel and unusual punishment. You're separating him from his kids. Send him back.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things. Like, let's say I did something absolutely horrible and killed a bunch of people. I'm just kidding. Creepy smile.
Well,
and they were gonna like, okay, well, you're going back to England. I'm not from England, but just work with me here. Mm-hmm. And they were like, no, you and the kids got to go with her. Wouldn't you be like, what the fuck? What did we do? Why do we have to suffer for her dumbass mistakes?
Well, I guess, you know what? At some point, actions have consequences. And if it's cruel to separate parents from their children, then everyone goes back.
I mean, if those are your two choices, then yeah, pick one.
No, I'm sorry. Okay, hold on. Let me read this part, because this part is, if you're, like I said, I might start swearing. So, Alexander Montecoglu, representing the Minister of Public Safety and Emergency Preparedness, argued the first stage of the humanitarian and compassionate application could take 17 months. He argued the law states deferral is for short-term emergencies lasting just a few. I'll just say Monty also argued that there is insufficient evidence to support claims that Mr. Sidhu wants to self-exit. The applicant is a convicted criminal, and he is responsible for the death of 16 Canadians. This ranks among the worst tragedies in Canada's history, and we don't have access to the applicant's moral blameworthiness for that crime because, and the judge cut him off here. Because the Justice Gagne interrupted him, stating that Sidhu's crimes were dealt with in the criminal court, and the sentence was imposed. Yeah, I'm 5 years old. A parent whose son died in the hockey bus crash is outraged by the judge's decision, claiming that the deportation was part of his sentencing and should be honored. Being deported back to India, although not anybody's favorite choice, is not a death sentence. Former NHL player Chris Joseph, whose son Jackson died in the tragedy. What we have is a death sentence. Canadian law states that legal immigrant with permanent resident status can lose their status and face deportation if they are convicted of a crime sentence greater than 6 months. Yada, yada, yada. The judge, okay, here is my view with this. This is, okay, everyone out there, this is how you get vigilantes. Shit like this is how vigilantes are created, because when justice is unjust and actually punishes the victims, that is unjust. That is when someone starts taking the justice system into their own hands. And we don't want that. But when you impose, when you recant on the sentencing that was made, this is when people go, you know what? Then I'll enact my own justice. You don't want people doing this shit. But when we see sentences coming down that people are getting reduced sentence because of colonialism and because apparently black people don't know that beating the shit out of a Jewish father, an innocent person, is somehow this person has a reduced sentence because apparently black people are just that fucking stupid. What does that do? That puts pressure not just on the justice system, on people, that this will not be remedied. So I'm going to go to extremes. We are seeing videos come out of Britain because of those rape gangs that are going on in Britain. People are filming, torturing East Indians or migrants there because the people are saying the justice system failed us. You betrayed us. So when you are doing that type of thing, that is what you are. It's like you're almost hoping that happens.
Not hope. I mean, I'm definitely not hoping something like that happens, but I'm hoping that someone wakes the fuck up. Fucking place that doesn't have any freaking guns, and they put their freaking taser things down. Do you remember me telling you about that?
Yeah.
It was like 50,000 watts to fucking 1,000. What?
Well,
And then go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I think in believe it was in England, that guy was running around killing Jewish people, like sodding out Jewish people and just stabbing them. He went freaking crazy. And the funny thing is that it was on Crowder today, so I'm definitely gonna think it's England, because he made some sort of comment when they did finally catch the guy, that the cops, you could see like video of him, like them kicking him in the head and shit like that. And he's like, well, it's about time that they actually like did something.
Exactly. That's what's going to happen. So, okay. So everyone, like our entire justice system, all our institutions run on fiat belief in that the system works. And once we lose faith in those systems, vigilantism will happen. I don't want it to, but this is what is going to happen. People are going to enact mob justice. So instead of this judge doing the right thing, they went, there in fact there was a case where I think it was a guy S8, a young girl, if I remember correctly, but they reduced his sentence to less than 1 day, which would have made him immediately eligible for deportation because it would have impacted his immigration status.
Oh, I remember that. We talked about that and it made me so pissed off. Yeah.
Yeah. So what becomes the response? People will only put up with so much of this crap, especially if this was your kids. You get Tamara Litch and Chris Barber got more jail time than this douchebag, and all they did was peacefully protest a charter protected activity, which again, the government has found 3 separate times to be in violation of invoking the Emergency Act and quelling peaceful charter protected activities. They spent more time, more time than a person that, whether it was an intentional or accident, I think if you are in control, I remember this is anyone that's in the transportation industry and actually a professional, we look at this stuff and we go, that is an absolute travesty. This is like basic 101 garbage. And when that company got investigated, they had it was like 97 audit violations. This company was like, and this, I can't remember how many months. I think it was like for 3 months, something like that. They had tons of violations. And you know what the company did? Oh, we shut down, went under a new name, and started operation the next day.
Yes. I was just going to say that. They shut down so then they can save face and be like, hey, we shut it down. You know what? Y'all are right. We're just going to reopen under Jane Smith's name because we definitely don't want to have it under the name it was under. Like, it's absolutely disgusting. And it gives actual good professional truck drivers a really bad name. Because I don't know about you, but my husband's a truck driver. He's a fantastic driver. I've been in the truck with him multiple times. And to see semis now, when I'm driving by semis, I don't care if you think this is bad or not, but my thought process is not, there's a white guy behind that wheel or a Canadian citizen behind that wheel. There is a immigrant behind that wheel. And immigrant, I mean somebody brand spanking new here, that they're used to driving in deserts and now they're driving on fucking snow. And the thing is, you can say whatever you want about me. I've been on the road with him. We've passed multiple semis. That's all it's been, is new Canadians, guys that's got their freaking bare feet up on the dash and they're driving in the mountains. Oh, what?
Yeah. The only repercussion that the company faced was that the owner couldn't start a new trucking company. He was barred from a new trucking company. So all they did is, I think it was like his cousin or something. Twin Towers Transport.
Oh my God, Hemi. You made me laugh. You get the whatever of the day. Gold star, sir.
Yeah, so that's all they did. It was like his cousin or his nephew or something or whatever just started up the
Goat.
business. Yeah, that would be his lover. So when no, I'm sorry. This dude, go back home. Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to on compassionate grounds. Okay. The rest of the family too. Like I don't Canadians are already being, with the Gladot principle, we're seeing all of these things where it's like, if you're a white person, you get the full sentence. If you're anything but white, you're treated as royalty. You don't know better. And like, let's put this into perspective. Like, this is what the justice system is actually saying. East Indians are too dumb. That's why I said, like, that black guy that beat the crap out of a Jewish man in front of his 2 kids, and they gave him a reduced sentence because I guess black people don't know that assaulting people is wrong. What they're actually doing is saying, you don't have the mental faculties to actually operate. You don't understand right from wrong. This is how stupid you are.
Right. And the thing is, like, people on that side of the spectrum, that's right, I said it, are going to look at it and be like, I got away with stuff. I get treated better because of racism. And they're finally trying to make things right. Nay. Read between the lines, son. You're fucking dumb. That's what they're saying. That is literally what they're saying, is you can't do this on your own. So, we have to give you excuses, which is absolutely pathetic. And what if you had a white person, a white kid who spent his entire life in foster homes, that was getting abused, SA'd, all this other fun stuff, and had to literally steal and do whatever else to survive. He goes to jail, and it's you get the most extreme sentence. Well, why? He had a tough upbringing.
Like, here, do you guys remember this? This was a couple years ago. Kathy Hochul, whatever, the governor of New York. You remember when she said this?
Growing up in the Bronx, who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things. And I want the world to open up to all of them, because when you have their diverse voices, innovating solutions through technology, then you're really addressing society's broader challenges. Young black kids.
You guys remember that? Apparently, black people don't know what computers are. They're too dumb. That's what these people are saying. They don't know how to get an ID because black people are too dumb. Black people don't know that assaulting other people is wrong because they don't compose or they don't have the mental faculties. That's what these people are actually saying. Oh, shut up, Kim, you pussy.
You shut the fuck up, bitch. Don't even.
I didn't even think of that. I just thought it was funny that the guy was acting like a laptop, and he's acting like a monkey, like he's trying to open it and everything else.
Throwing it across the room. I don't know.
But this is what they're saying. You know better. Much like the Gulag Archipelago. The citizen, you know better. You know that stealing is wrong. You know that assaulting people is wrong. But they don't. Taking a shit on the beach and burying it, you know that's wrong. But they don't. So you need to be compassionate that when you see someone digging a hole and dropping trout so they could take a dump on a beach, they don't know better. That's not my job. My job isn't to, like, I shouldn't have to tell East Indians that, hey, parking in a handicap spot when you're not handicapped, get out. Like, you might be, because, considering 76 IQ, remember. But, you're not recognized as disabled. You don't have that little placard that says, hey, I can park here. So you actually parking there and blocking it from someone who's actually disabled, and it being dumb isn't a disability, although, God, I wish it was, because half of you people wouldn't be on the fucking road then. But it's not incumbent upon the citizenry to try and force these people just to act like human beings.
Use a toilet. I don't know. That to me seems like the most basic function. If you're going to come to Canada, you should speak English and be able to use a toilet.
Right?
A turtlet.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny. They talk about this guy, how, you know, if they were to ship him back to India, his mental health, and he would probably self-exit. Okay. But when it comes to now, okay, you want to talk PTSD, depression, stuff like that. Okay, fine. Granted, whatever. But the self-exiting, that would be his choice. If he went down there and he decided to self-exit, that's a choice. And guess what? He didn't give or leave anybody else a choice to live or die. He took that from them.
Here it says right here. I'm just reading a little bit more of the article. He was not impaired by drugs or alcohol, speeding, or on his phone during the fatal crash. Instead, this is how small brain these people are, or this person is. He was distracted by a tarp covering his cargo that came loose and was flapping in the wind. So what? He couldn't think of hitting. There's a little triangle in all vehicles. It's like a triangle. Then there's a little triangle inside of it. That's called your emergency lights. Mm-hmm. You flick that and pull over. So what was he like? The paper's flying. Like what? You couldn't think of that? He had 70 violations in 11 days up to the crash. 70. I don't even know how you do that.
The thing is, that's insanity. I did not know that little tidbit. I will say, I can imagine driving, seeing something, you know, you glancing at it. Oh shit, da da da. But the thing is, before you noticed said thing in your side mirror, you knew a stop sign was coming up with fucking lights on it. So why were you not slowing down to begin with?
There's two. It has two lights, actually. There's one on the stop sign, and then there's one that's like over top of the intersection.
Like you see these things. So at the very least, like if I'm coming up to a stop sign, well, I'm already slowing down. And then, yeah, I can see, oh shit, there's that. And then people get distracted for a second. It's okay. But you're coming up to a stop. I'm sure this wasn't his first time on a route. And there was fucking lights. You can see the lights.
But honestly, I'm flabbergasted. Like, honestly, guys, you don't understand. 70 violations in 11. I don't even know how you do that. I don't know how many like, obviously I'd have to get a lot of violation, but I don't even know how the hell you could even manage that.
And that was in how long?
In 11 days.
11 days? I was thinking week. Jesus Christ.
No, 70.
Bro.
Bro.
Not be on the I feel like after 3 infractions in a couple days, you should have just been, okay, maybe you shouldn't have your license. Maybe we should just slow it back and just bring it back a bit. See, basic training.
This is why this is why accountability is so important. This is why, your actions don't only impact you, you impact other people. Look, after he got released after 4 years, because I guess he doesn't know that caught doing this. Like, this is what I don't understand. Okay, so there's a couple things. So basically, in the transportation industry, if there's an accident, we are at fault unless proven otherwise. Okay, the default is we're at fault as the professionals. So any issues that happen, they look at us. So we are held to a higher standard.
I'm freaking dying, Hemi. Oh my God. Jesus. To anybody who's just listening.
No.
No. Too bad you got to watch the live. There you go.
Oh man, that's good.
Oh my God, Hemi.
So after his 4 years, well, he decided to go pork his old lady, and now they have another kid. So
Wait, what? Who?
Yeah, Sid, who pled guilty, was jailed from 19 to 23, returning to his suburban life. The couple had a baby soon after. Isn't that nice?
And he's walking free now, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, I would be so angry. Hey, Tinker.
So, Tinker?
I would be so mad if I were one of the parents.
Yeah.
So fucking mad. What? And then the judge has the audacity not to deport because of mental illness. Come the fuck on. You're looking at the mental illness or the mental stability, mental health, there we go, of one individual as opposed to, well, guess what? Those 16 people had 2 parents. So at least 32 individuals with mental health issues now. So you're taking the one for the 32. Got it. That makes sense. What an idiot.
You are expected to better. Not
we love it.
Like, no, I'm sorry. I want these people out. I'm tired of seeing people dying. I'm tired of seeing semis in the ditch because person doesn't understand what driving 80, 90, 100,000 pounds does. And I drive in that area, and the number of times I see vehicles in the ditch, and I'm not talking cars, I'm talking semis. When I see them in the ditch, what do I see? Safety sandals and their safety hat. That's what I see.
Yeah.
And so no, I don't need to become a statistic because our government just said, you know what, we don't give a shit, and liberals like cheap slave labor. Sorry,
Apparently.
I'm not a fan of it. Controversial opinion. So, no.
That's disgusting. That makes me so mad.
Well,
I don't know, girl. You're not giving women judges a good name here. Where the fuck's Judge Judy?
No, there's been a few female judges, and I agree with Hemi. No more unelected judges. I'm torn with this decision because I get the idea. But if a judge releases someone, say on bail or whatever, and think of the number of times that we've had someone that literally killed someone and then they get released on bail because they're a certain skin color. And then they go and commit another crime and another crime. I think at some point the judge should be held liable for any actions that person ends up taking on.
Yeah, like the one that kept releasing the guy with Irina. Zarutska, 100%.
17 times before he finally... and did you see he can't stand trial because he's mentally unfit? And every brain-dead libtard... Like... So this guy was mentally unfit to stand trial, but he was mentally fit enough to commit crimes, not small crimes, federal crimes, 16 different times. 16 times the detail.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Little Todd Howard for you guys. You don't know who he is. Not my problem. But is the person any less violent a criminal just because they're not mentally sound? Like, this is, you know what, liberals, go stick your child with a mentally deranged, and I don't mean like someone, I sometimes I think funny thought. No, someone who is clinically insane, psychotic, and they go on violent outbursts and violent tirades. Go stick your child with them. I bet every single one of them would go, well, no, I wouldn't do that. Exactly. But you want society to pay for your stupid effing decision.
It's literally the same thing as I don't want these people deported, but will you let them stay in your house? Fuck no. No, I don't think so.
No, not right now. Things are hard, but I'm sure there's someone else.
Give the native people back their land. Oh, so you're going to give me your house? No.
No, not
If-
mine. Theirs.
You should donate to this cause. Are you? No. I have other things I'm donating to, but you should.
Like my future, my kids.
No. The funny, like the funny, not funny. I wonder if this guy, if he permanently had his license taken away. I feel after the death of one person, that should definitely be gonzo for quite some time, especially depending on the situation or circumstances. But more than one person, I think your license should be permanently gone. And if you ever set foot behind another vehicle again in the driver's seat, you should be pieced the fuck out.
I think you should be in jail.
No, that too.
That's my. I think if you
6 months a person,
maybe, but not. But remember, he didn't even do that. It was like
No.
3, 4.
Yeah.
But I bet if the same thing happened to me, oh boy, I would have to pull up
you'd
my
be
native.
frying.
I'd have to pull up my native. I'm like, actually, I'm just a dumb native. We don't know. I like Bannock. Like
Colonialism has really got me. Like it literally, if it okay, let's just say for somebody who's literally white as white, if it were me, I would fry.
yeah, that's right, Whitey. Way to get the shit end of the stick.
I'm so white. Oh my god. That was funny with Margaret. She's like, wow, you really are white. I'm like, I know.
Yeah. So
Keep trying to get color in me.
Inappropriate.
I know.
All right, I want to share this. Do your spiel. We'll move on to something that is more like a hand in face rather than I want to punch my own face.
Okay. Anyway, I'm not really sure what that is, but fix that screen before you put it up. To anybody who's new here, we love you. Hit the little subscribe button and feed Audrey.
Feed me all night long.
Ain't no woman. It's a man.
My dog
For the
stepped on a
longest
bee.
time. For the longest time, I actually thought he said, "It's a man, baby."
No, it's a man.
I know it's one of those effects. Streisand effect? Fuck. Mandela effect.
Mandela, yes.
Too
Streisand. No.
confused.
All right, so I wanted to share this because this is a funny little hoo hee hee ha ha. So this is out of Juno News. Canadian Armed Forces. Shut up. Canadian Armed Forces training platoon with 83% non-citizens devolved into ethnic infighting. Yeah, a confidential Canadian Forces leadership and recruitment school report has revealed a complete breakdown in basic officer training following a surge in permanent resident enrollment. So for those that don't know, Canada is offering citizenship to foreigners who enlist in the military. Okay, so
bullshit.
The people that don't share our culture, our customs, they say, hey, you know what? You sign up and you become a permanent resident because our recruitment numbers are in the tank. Something like 20% of, actually, I think it says here 25, but I believe it's 20% of the Canadian Armed Forces aren't Canadian.
Okay, so side note, fun fact, not really fun fact, but side note, I was in Staples today picking up some photos for my trip. And I literally looked around. There was not one white person who worked there.
Oh, no.
Not one. Even the security guard, which is actually kind of funny because I was looking around and out of the corner of my eye, I seen something here and I thought it was a cardboard cutout. And then I turned and it moved. I'm like, oh God, you're real. And he kind of looked at me like I thought you were a cardboard cutout because he was just standing so perfectly.
But so
and then sorry, why I brought that up is because I literally had that thought process in my head was, and this is our Canadian Army. Carry on, sorry.
One French language platoon, which had over 80% non-citizens, was reportedly racked by an inability to communicate fluently, a lack of respect towards female CAF members, and infighting between Cameroonian and Cote d'Ivoire. I don't know where that is. I don't know. It sounds like a shithole. Candidates. The Quebec platoon saw fewer than 1 in 2 recruits graduate, while allegations of racial discrimination were made in multiple directions. From candidates against staff and in between candidates of opposing ethnic blocs themselves. Additionally, command saw challenges in training permanent residents as they lacked respect towards women, peers, and superiors. For many candidates, this is a quote now, it is the first time they have lived with members of a different sex, and for some, it is also their first time they have been expected to treat women as their peers. Platoons are all
breeders.
one thing if they were even inbreeding, but they're not. We're importing people who literally say women are second-class citizens. Women are for breeding. And every liberal won't admit this. They know this. But they just, for whatever reason, they deny pattern recognition. They deny reality in its entirety and say, you're racist if you say that. Well, the military don't effing lie. They don't lie. Yeah, so platoons are also reporting inter-candidate cultural frustrations with a lack of respect towards women being the most common concern. Juno News obtained the document. Yeah, right. Authored by School Commandant and Lieutenant Colonel M.R. Keeley from an anonymous source. The confidential report is titled Initial Observations, Impact of Changes to Canadian Armed Forces Recruiting Policies at Basic Training over 2025. It paints a picture of declining standards and cultural friction as the Canadian Armed Forces rush to reconstitute its ranks by relaxing recruiting rules. The most dramatic example unfolded in a French language basic military officer qualification platoon that was 83% permanent residents, many of whom had been in Canada for little as 3 months. This comes at a time when the CAF is boasting of record-setting recruitment levels.
You missed something in the fine print. It said women being one of the most common concerns, but it says right there, coming second is local farm animals.
Oh no, my wife is getting away.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I wish I could understand why liberals hold the position that you can't see any of this. Like, okay,
right?
We are seeing the gangs forming. You know, how much do you have to see what happened in Britain with no-go zones and rape gangs and everything else before you go, I don't like that. I think that's a bad idea. But when the military, you are putting people in charge of guns. I don't want this to happen. I really, really don't. What is going to happen when these people say, you know what, I got the weaponry, and they have a blue on blue incident? Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen? Like the fact that our government hasn't even thought this process out, that the fact that you are literally going to train these people, arm these people, and then they are going to turn on Canada now armed and trained. Like, what makes you think that all these immigrants that you have coming in who hate Canada, hate our culture, hate everything about us, are trying to internally change us? You are going to train them and arm them, and you think that they are going to stand with Canada and not turn against them? Are you insane?
What did I said this like 6 months ago when we started hearing rumors about this stuff going on. We are importing people, again, that don't share our culture, don't share our customs. Then they are loyal to who?
Your
Are they-
mother, and then their country.
Well, they're loyal to their country. They're not loyal to the citizens. You know, one thing actually, it was pretty telling. So you remember when that F-15 went down in Iran and one of the pilots was missing?
Yeah, I do actually.
Well, and this shows the difference. This is culture, okay? They sacrificed $2.3 billion in equipment to recover one person.
Jesus.
And that isn't something you just inherit. You don't just come to another country and it's like, oh, suddenly I share that same view too. Because a lot of people were saying, oh my God, you spent that much money to rescue one person? It's like, yeah, why wouldn't we? That's the difference.
These
When
hours.
we seen during the wars in Afghanistan where farmers were having their children walk in front of farm equipment so that if there was an IED, the child blew up, not the farm equipment. Okay?
Stop.
This is different. And when you now import, like if I had more money than God and I could import people who would be loyal to me, this is what I would do. I would import people from places who do not share my traditional customs. I would hire them and say, you're loyal to me. Who gave you that green card? Who gave you that residency? Remember who gave you that residency, okay? Without me, you wouldn't be here. So remember that.
Yeah, bitch.
Remember even during COVID, during the Freedom Convoy, what did the military do? They turned the military on the citizens.
Mm-hmm.
And now you think people that have zero allegiance to this flag, zero allegiance to our culture, who actually specifically say, we are not Canadian, we are here to take over. And my tax dollars are here to fund my own fucking oppression. Why do you think people are leaving? Why do you think we are actually seeing negative immigration numbers? Why are we having to import? What was it? By 2029, Canada will have a 100% immigration rate.
Jesus.
Canadians placing themselves, let alone the number of immigrants that are actually staying. The number of Canadians that are staying, they're leaving.
Yeah. As I was just going to say, as we've talked about before, even the immigrants who came here legally and came here the right way, not buying their way through and actually trying to escape their country and love this country, don't want to buy property in this country because it's just going to get given away. So they're like, no, I'm not going to invest in this country. I'm going to go someplace else where my country isn't going to take stuff away from me that I want to stay in. Like, and that's the thing, like you're literally turning your back on not only your citizens, but the people who are immigrating here that want to be here and love this country.
Well, because we cheapened, like being a Canadian citizen used to mean something. It carried weight. Like our passport was as good as gold around the world.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It meant something. Now, no, it's like the city bicycle. Everyone gets a ride. Anyone that wants it gets it. They don't care. It's fast food. It's fast food citizenship.
With that, yeah, Americans used to don the Canadian flag when they went in certain places and overseas and stuff like that because everybody loved Canada, and now we're a fucking joke.
Yeah, we're a massive joke. And so what does this actually do is, again, it's just another pressure point where people are going to say eventually, I've had enough. I'm done playing. I'm done being the nice guy. I'm done. How's it? I'm like, I can't take your crap and I won't put up with it anymore. That type of thing. What?
I feel like that was a double negative. I can't take your crap.
Or I won't take your crap and I can't take it anymore or something. Whatever. You know what I'm saying. Fucking
I know what you mean. It hurt my brain.
So this is where it's just going to continue being a bigger and bigger pressure point. And most Canadians, Canadians are fleeing Canada. We are seeing very prominent, right-wing people. They're leaving. Yeah, the world is laughing. Even Britain was saying, what the hell is Canada doing?
Well, and they're ones to talk and be like, shut your bloody mouth. Do you see, you guys? Like, at least we still somewhat have guns. A few. We got a few guns left. Y'all got none.
But this shows the power that the media has, because they will paint anything that comes from a quote unquote right wing source as just right wing extremism, and they're just anti-Canadian, they hate Canada and everything else. While at the same point are literally doing everything. I've talked about the idea of the Clower Piven strategy. Actually, fun fact, you want to know something pretty fucking ha he he, and I hate myself because I know this now.
I'm not really sure, but hit me.
Mark Carney's wife, I believe her mother, or maybe it was her father, was actually one of the architects of the Clower Piven strategy.
Okay, and what is the Clower Piven strategy?
The Clower Piven strategy is a leftist idea of overwhelming social safety nets or social programs to the point that those systems actually break. So you overwhelm like food banks or welfare or the healthcare system, so much so that those systems actually fail. And what does that do? Government says, hey, we can't afford this thing, even though we intentionally broke it. So come to us. We need to raise taxes. We need to take more of things from you. And it just continues.
Convenient.
They're all clowered.
CBC is starting to turn on Carney.
Yeah, okay. So the Clower Piven strategy is a political strategy outlined by American sociologist and political activist Richard Clowen and Francis Fox. What's Mark Carney's wife's last name?
Dumbass.
Fox. The strategy aims to utilize militant anti-poverty groups to facilitate a political crisis by overloading the welfare system via an increase in welfare claims, forcing the creation of a system of guaranteed minimum income, and redistributing income through the federal government. Let's see. Clower Piven strategy, Mark Carney's wife. The wife of farmer, okay, blah blah. This okay. Substack are okay. However, their specific familial links are unverified by reliable biographical sources and widely regarded as conspiracy theories. Wait, hold on. There's no credible evidence confirming that Diana Fox Carney is Francis Fox Piven's niece or that she is actively executing the strategy. Some fact checkers and AI models have clarified that such claims have often stemmed from loose political association. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't trust it. I don't trust it at all. But even if that's false, isn't really okay. So it was actually debunked. Well, I don't know. I don't trust anything, especially AI. But so what we are seeing that is what's happening. We are seeing the social systems that were set up, funded by Canadians, are being overwhelmed. When we are seeing food banks have a record use, we're seeing our welfare system being absolutely hammered. CPP, I've heard this since I was a kid. CPP won't exist. It's going to be insolvent and everything else. So
I hope not.
What this is going to do is going to create where people actually lose their economic ability. And the government is going to say, hey, you know what? Welfare is getting overwhelmed. We'll redistribute wealth. We're forcing UBI and everything else. So it actually removes people's autonomy. Yeah, I don't know. JT, like I said, maybe it's false, but I like to think it's true.
I think a lot of people who are proved wrong on things like to think that their point is true, you know, trumping a pedophile and et cetera, et cetera. But I will say that I do, every conversation I have with somebody now, especially our middle child, is like, I saw this on the internet. I saw that. Da, 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 da. I'm like, I don't believe it. Is that I literally cannot believe what my eyes are seeing anymore, because there's so much AI, and I create AI. I see how realistic this shit is. Like, no, I don't believe what I see anymore. I really don't.
Yeah. No,
Shocking. That doesn't surprise me at all. He wasn't living in Canada for the longest time either until he became prime minister.
Yeah, and I thought the same people that said, like, you know, no one's illegal on stolen land, and we don't want foreigners in our country, you know, dictating us, as long as it's an orange man. If it's orange man, oh man, these people believe in borders. But if it's anyone else, is that not like one of the, like, that's like a logical fallacy? Like, isn't that like a special pleading? Like, it's only a problem if this one person does it, but every other time it's okay.
Well, yes. And that happens in so many things, especially when it comes to deporting illegal immigrants. Barack Obama deported more illegal immigrants than anybody yet. And yet nobody talks about that. Everyone was cheering for that. But then Trump goes and does it. And everyone's like, you're a horrible human being.
It's not that he's doing, it's how he's doing it.
Shut up.
Fuck.
Well, what is it? What do Michelle Obama and Carby?
I assume what have in common? What, they're both men?
I'm impatiently awaiting the response here.
No, that was probably it. Yeah, but well, Mark Carney, most of his investments are in the United States. Like, if you really believed in a strategy, or you believed in the policies that you were doing, I would, like, if I knew that I had the control of the mechanisms, and I seen where everything, yeah, there we go. What do they have in common?
Stop. Fix your cord. You're all staticky.
I'm all staticky?
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
You're good.
Weird. Hopefully my mic isn't dying. Both married to dicks. They also have dicks in themselves.
But
Emmy's on it today.
Right? You are on fire, sir.
Yeah, something like 92% of all of his investments are in U.S. companies that aren't invested in Canada. So obviously he doesn't even believe that what's happening in Canada is going to work. So, you know, we're just seeing more of the same type of the hollowing out of Canadians. You know, and I was actually having a bit of a discussion with someone today. You know, Canada Post got involved with payday loans.
No. For what purpose? I don't get it.
So that they could offer payday loans to people that don't have access to payday loans. And then
Canada Post.
Yeah.
Those two things don't even correlate.
Exactly. No, they don't correlate. So what ended up happening? So they apparently partnered with TD to offer payday loans for, you know, communities that that just need a payday loaner. But what they started doing, what happens at every payday loan? Everyone in the chat, what happens with people typically at payday loans?
Well, I'm not sure where you're going with this, but you definitely have to pay a fuck ton.
That, or you just go insolvent. You actually go bankrupt for it. Well, what happened?
Fuck's sakes.
Yeah. So we actually owed more money through Canada Post, because apparently just delivering the mail, being a glorified fucking flyer boy, was too much. So we are on the hook for a terrible business decision that tried to extort people. Like, payday loans are indebted forever. Exactly. and people went broke.
The payday loans are those things like where you would have where you could go cash your paychecks.
Cash your paychecks, or it's like, hey, can you spot me like, I don't know, a couple $100 and I'll give you whatever. I'll pay it on whatever 2 weeks.
Well, I know
But-
when I started working before I had a bank account, I went through some of those fucking places just to cash my paychecks.
Yeah, and how much?
The
how many
amount
fees
of
did it
money-
take?
A fuck ton. They took, I think, like 20% or some shit like that. I'm like, wow, thanks, guys. Oh,
Yeah.
it fucking sucked.
Yeah. So that's what they were doing. And then people were taking out payday loans and everything else. And then Canada Post got high on their own supply and actually lost money and ended this little venture about a year ago. So why is Canada Post $1.5 billion showed a $1.5 billion deficit? Because they decided to do this stuff, because they're bloated, because their union actually forced their own workers out. There's a company that I work for. I won't name their name. But because the union got involved so much in raising workers' prices, a warehouse, a national chain, grocery chain, shuts down on holidays now because it costs too much to pay their employees to come to work now.
I could see that. 100%. Aren't they like what are those things called when you would go to like surf sharks, not surf sharks,
Like
loan sharks. Loan sharks.
Yeah,
That's what payday loans reminded me about.
Yeah.
They're like literally the modern day loan shark.
Yeah. So Hemi says, so the law firm borrowed against Canada Post public pensions, then use non-amortized interest to pay the pension back, still 40-something% short as of 2024.
Disgusting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they just seem to forget that that this was a
Seriously?
project.
That's where
Well-
our deficit came from?
Go and look. You won't find one piece of information about it. You'll hear about the program, but you won't hear.
My ass.
Yeah. Yeah, so they lost a shit ton of money, and we just had to inject $1 billion just to keep them afloat. But like I said, $1.5 billion deficit. So
Disgusting.
like this is why, like, every time you see these government programs, because they have endless money. They have you, the taxpayer, endless dollars. All they see is you as a fucking pay pig for their stupid little pet projects. So when things go tits up, they just go, we'll just raise taxes. We'll just tax the same dollar another 5% or whatever it is. Canadians are fucking stupid. They won't know any better. You know, and the funny thing is, they're right.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Fucking sad.
Yeah. Trump said something. Yeah, apparently tariffs. But yeah. You know, elbows up, tariffs bad, Donald Trump bad, you know, Orange Man bad, everything bad.
Trigger.
Like it's incredible to see how many people just take this stuff hook, line, and sinker, that they just follow what the media tells them to say or tells them what to think, and they you know, I literally, like, I posted the meme like you know, I hate Donald Trump because the media told me, or the people on the TV told me. Like that's it.
That sounds about right. That is literally, I don't know.
So think about that. A union got so involved, literally outpriced their usefulness to the point where this place is now insolvent. Like literally, Canada Post, even the chief financial officer was saying Canada Post is insolvent. Because people are making way too much money. They actually don't generate an income. I don't know what public service they offer. FedEx and UPS do the job better and cheaper and faster. I don't get it. You're frozen.
What is this? No.
What?
It's probably just me. No, I said, what is this? I seen something pop up here and it made me go, what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, JT. Yeah, they're sheep and they don't even have any wool. Yeah.
Those fucking greedy bastards. All right, just seeing this here on X right now from, I don't know, Jeet Sidhu, whoever the fork that is. But it said, oops,
Try again.
I can't do it.
Come on. I believe in you.
Says these kids are learning Punjabi so that they can speak to their grandparents. They're clearly above 5th grade level English and public speaking. Punjabi is obviously more useful than the dead languages like French and Spanish for living in BC.
Who are here in Punjabi and they want to learn their language. And it's good that they learn your own languages. For talking to their grandparents, they don't know that much English. Students who are here in Punjabi and they want to learn their language. And
okay, yeah, you're repeating yourself. In Prince George, BC, schools have launched an after-school Punjabi language program, which is funny. I'm actually going there in less than 48 hours. Wow.
In Prince George, like buttfuck nowhere, BC.
Yeah. School described as 40% Indo-Canadian. What?
40% Indian Canadian.
Jesus. Oh, that's what Indo-Canadian is. Oh.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh my God. And had heard worries from parents who wanted to keep their children connected to their language and culture. Jesus, but then stay home. Sorry.
Hemi. Jesus.
My God, Hemi. Hemi, I am feeling you today. You are on my level. I'm fucking loving it, sir.
You know,
you need to come on here as a guest one day. Legit.
It's wild. This is wild. This is what happens when you
people.
I don't want to listen to this kid. I'm fucking done listening to him. Like
no,
I take my political and information from a 5-year or a 10-year-old kid. Shut the fuck up. You just learned how to stop shitting yourself. Stop.
The parents are worried that they're going to learn their cultural. Then why did you leave? Teach them the shit at home. You know, when you literally had parents who came here from the Ukraine or whatever else, you have the parents who teach them these languages, Poland and stuff like that at home. They speak Polish in the household. And yet
what this shows is Canada has cheapened itself so much. We don't have any like semblance of immigration or assimilation, nothing like that. We don't say, hey, if you come here, you're Canadian. You're not hyphen Canadian. I'm sick of this hyphen bullshit. I'm tired of it. You're either Canadian or you're not. If you're not Canadian, then go home. Why are you here? Like, I know I sound like a giant, like I'm a big xenophobic, whatever douchebag, but like
a little bit. But does anybody else really expect anything different? Not expect anything different, but do you really blame us? With all the shit that's been going on, like the thing is, we don't give a shit what color your skin is, who you fucking love, as long as you're an adult and you're not hurting anybody. But when you're literally forced this shit, these people are getting special treatments over Canadians and stuff like that. What do you think our government is doing to us? They're literally creating this division, creating this hate, and it's working.
Oh, it's no, and that's the thing. Like I've said before, I had a debate with like the ferrymen and the those like white supremacists or whatever the hell they are, where they're like Canada's for old stock Canadians, white Europeans only, and all that. I've argued with those people. I've said flat out how I think their ideas are dumb. But I also understand that they are gaining traction because people are saying, I see the patterns. I see what's going on, and no one else is even addressing it. Yeah. Pledge allegiance to the flag or go home. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Stand for nothing says, saying it for our grandfathers would be ashamed. Yeah. Yeah.
My grandfathers, both of them who fought in the war, would be disgusted with this is what Canada is, what they fought for.
Yeah, so it just becomes a bigger and bigger wedge issue. And with Bill C9, passing, this is a government's attempt to try and not control, trying to quell the impending cultural conflicts that they themselves have created. They've created enclaves where people literally can't talk to each other, where we see caste systems and race wars going on within Canada. And because they've now created this hydra that they can't deal with, they have to try and use laws in order to say you can't criticize those people or that or this. If you don't like this, well then clearly that's hate speech, and you're it's criminal. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to put the proverbial genie or the toothpaste back in the tube, and you can't. And the rebound to solve this problem is going to come from people who are white nationalists. That's going to be the rebound. And I've said, just as I don't want to see the vigilantism, just as much as I don't want to see, our institutions crumble because these people have absolutely bastardized them and made them complete foobard, the response is going to be so much worse because you villainized an entire generation, said that they're evil, they're hateful, and everything else. And then eventually, I'm seeing a lot of it where people are going, fine, I guess I am. And what?
Well, at what point you literally we've spent, I would say, especially since COVID, we have spent so much time trying to defend ourselves and trying to explain to people our views and how we feel and what these things aren't right. And the name calling still continues. The wanting for our demise still continues. So it doesn't surprise me that at some point people are just like, you know what, fuck it. Call me whatever you want to call me. I don't really care. I don't think this is right. Like I give up trying to fight against you guys. You're muted. You dumb fuck.
Fuck you. So I was in a Twitter space with Frances Whittleson, after her arrest from Lethbridge University, because apparently this chick she's just the most vile human being in the world.
So not
apparently. But so I actually deposited like actually asking and trying to communicate with people, like, look at what the left has done. Look at the ability that they have to move thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, even things that we normally would find absolutely disgusting. Look at how effective transing kids was. Look how effective that was. And during this discussion, I was saying, what is the counter from the right? From the emotional, the emotional manipulation, the emotional pleading to pull people over to this side. And I think a lot of people, they just want to like flex, like, oh, well, look how smart I am. Oh my God, what are you doing? Okay, are you just like a fucking child? Get out of here. So when I was talking to these people, like it's like they just wanted to just flex like their brain, how much they actually know. And I look at like what are people like average Joe Blow? What do you think that they're really sitting there and thinking like, well, with cultural Marxism, that's how I function in my day-to-day life. And I think I operate, thinking of the laws of logic. And I really contemplate the Socratic method when I'm trying to understand if I have logical fallacies or any presuppositions or anything like that. And it was like, so many people are so focused on showing just how fucking smart they are that they actually come across as dumb. So like, I've said time and time again, and I don't know. You guys, let me know in the chat. Like, is this actually like a bad thing? But like I say, like, I'm just a dumb normie. I'm just a normie. I'm not some like hardcore intellectual, you know, politico or anything. I'm a normie. And I like being a normie. Shut up. Oh my god, I hate you. I hate you so much. Holy shit. Oh my god.
Why do you have so much hate? What's wrong with you?
But so in this discussion, like, how do we try and convince people that, hey, that these things are wrong, that these are problems? No one could say anything. They just went back to like flexing, like, look at how smart I am because I'm explaining socialism to a bunch of people. Like, man, I don't care about huffing each other's farts. How do you reach the normal person, the people that are voting liberal, and saying, hey, making those emotional pleadings? And like when I was in there, I was saying, like, how do you propagandize these people? How? And they were just, it's like they couldn't grasp the concept that most people are just normal. You know, they go 9 to 5, they do their thing, they're working. You know, they got to get somehow pay for hockey practice or soccer or baseball or whatever, plus still try and have enough money for food and everything else and pay for all the, you know, the modern things that we require in order to function. And they couldn't grasp it. And that's a lot of what I see. Is like the right is so focused on diagnosing the left. Well, it's like if you had two warring factions, one is already lobbing missiles and everything else, and the people that are on the right are going, well, you know, actually, they actually developed these kind of rockets, and this is what they're actually doing. So it is actually quite interesting how they were able to construct these rockets using this type of propellant. And look how smart I am describing the type of propellant they are while you're getting fucking blown up, proverbially speaking. You're getting blown out. Like, that's what it seems like what is coming from the right. And like, it's actually kind of tiring. Like, I'm actually kind of done like with these spaces, because it's like no one's trying to actually reach people. You know? And it's just, I don't know, man. That's just something I've noticed.
I'd agree with that.
Perfect. Good. You should. Otherwise, divorce.
I know. I'm scared to say anything else or get angry at me. And then it's going to be like one of those days, Alice, straight to the moon. He says it to me every day.
Damn right.
I'm always scared that
right.
today is going to be the day.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how you reach those people to try and convince them that these decisions were terrible.
I don't know. I really, I wish I could offer something. I mean, yeah, it's a hell of a drug. 100%. 100%. I don't know how you give the antidote for that. I really don't.
I don't know. Like I said, whether it's propaganda, like, you know, as the expression goes, people don't remember what you say, but they remember how you make them feel.
Yeah, which is fair. I can see it, but I mean, a lot of people thinking government wise. I mean, they make you feel angry about Trump, so they just know that feel that horrible person and stuff like that without actually looking into the facts and seeing the facts and not saying that what all big talkers about nothing that counts. Yes, agreed.
Yeah. Like, I don't give, like, okay, it is good, like, food for thought. You know, I can engage with the philosophical and stuff like that. That's fine. I don't have a problem engaging in those thought experiments. Most people aren't operating in, well, what are the three laws of logic? And do I have contradictions in my thinking? Yes. 99% of people have contradictions in their thinking. Like, no,
Oh boy.
basically no one is really sitting there going, well, I think this, but also how do I rationalize these two positions? They don't.
Which is sad. They should.
Well, they should, but they don't. Like, most people hold contradicting views. Women are oppressed, but also they're badass bitches and don't need no man, and they should be, privileged within society. How do you reconcile those two? Also, children are so stupid that they shouldn't be allowed to get a tattoo, but also they can make irreparable medical decisions that permanently affect them for the rest of their lives.
Right?
You can't reconcile that. Those are logical inconsistencies.
No, they don't make sense.
Well, exactly.
So here, Tinker had said, I had a talk with a coworker 15 minutes ago and just asked why for most of their statements politically. And it doesn't take long until she didn't know what she believed or why she believed what she believed.
Exactly.
Because somebody on the TV told her to.
Yeah. It's very easy for people just to recite things. It's totally different. And this is actually one thing. So, I have like my cheat sheets for like the debates that I've been doing more and more. And so I'm actually working on a theory. Okay. Don't any Christians out there, don't tell Christians that I debate. But I think I might have an explanation as to crazy thought. But Christianity actually might be a form of authoritarianism. And it's something I'm working on. But that's the difference of actually being able to think through a process. Yeah, platitudes are for those who believe. Yeah.
What? Fucking race. What's a platitude?
Platitudes are just like things you say, just like phrases. I'll actually look up like exactly what a platitude is. Platitude.
He may be smart, but you got to dumbify it for me. I know, Reese. You don't get it either.
Yeah, often quoted saying that it's supposed to be meaningful, but has become unoriginal or hackneyed through overuse or cliche. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Can you dumb that down a little more?
Unoriginality. Basically just reciting what other people say.
Got it.
Orange man bad. Donald Trump's bad because TV told me. And when you go, well, why do you think that? Well, there's tons of reasons why. Okay, give me one. You watch their brain just melt, asking why.
Hold on, let me watch CNN and I'll let you know.
Yeah, I'll get back to you. I can't figure out my talking points. Why is Donald Trump an evil dictator? Like, but yeah, all right. Okay, I think with that, like I said, it's a working theory, but I don't know. Maybe my next
sounds interesting.
Maybe my next discussion was Steelborn. I'll prove that Christianity is a form of authoritarianism.
Maybe I'd like to see that one. Steelborn keeps forking us both over here.
I got him. No, I got him to convince. Whatever.
No, yeah, you did better than I did. I was close. I was close. Had him on the edge.
Made him admit that God is unjust, not all-knowing, and a liar. Victory. Victory is mine.
I just heard your phone vibrate. That's probably him. Fuck you. No, you didn't.
All right. Fuck you, heathen.
I would die if it literally was him. That'd be so funny.
Still turn you. Give enough time, Tinker. I might turn you. I'm drunk. Attaboy. Especially with today. Oh man.
Right.
This is the way to do it.
See, this is why you're on my wavelength here, Hemi. That's why. Yep. Good. Yeah, beer is so weird. That weird fucking ball in it is so weird.
Kilkenny.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way to do it. All right. I think with that, you know what? Okay, so
How dare
GT
you.
says so God is going to cut you down. So it's kind of a funny little haha. I guess I guess it's fair to say that they've kind of become like a friend of mine with the company that I work with. And so they had asked me like, "Hey Tyler, can you go bring up Bibles up to this, like reserve, on your drive?" I'm like, "Man, are you sure? I'm an atheist. Like I'm going to light on fire. Like what are you doing?" Like
Well, thankfully you're not Satanist, because you definitely would have.
Like, man, I'm an atheist. If anything, like God's gonna light me on fire. What are you doing? I took him. I didn't light on fire.
Aw, that's sweet.
Well, I think that we have a lot. We have bigger issues to fry, and I'm sure Tinker, you've seen the modern day debate with Rachel and little creep woman abuser Brian Shapiro.
What a piece of
And
shit.
like I don't you don't need a book just to not be a terrible human being. Like you just don't.
Apparently he does. I'm not sure what book he's reading, if it's like freaking Hitler's book or what, but he is not a very good human being.
And just seeing that, it's like it's not hard just to be a good person. It's not really not.
It's not. No.
And it's like the people that have become like these champions of the left, like Destiny or what's not so erudite, or Bryce Shapp, oh Tinker, if you want to rage, just the hate, I actually felt hatred for that man. I actually felt hatred.
At well, I didn't watch the whole thing, but at the end thing that you showed me with him and Rachel, their closing arguments, I'd give Homegirl props, because I would have walked over and fucking decked him. 100%. Bringing up a deceased child, what a piece of shit.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. But if you like, it just seems like those types of people, Destiny, not so erudite, Brian Shapiro, and all these individuals, like it's like they've totally abandoned just being a good, reasonable person. Like caring for people that are actually hurt, people that are actually harmed or are suffering or anything like that. And it's like they do everything in their power just to be the biggest piece of shit in the world.
Agreed. You know what I've noticed recently? That there are people out there who claim to be these good people, these good Christian people who are women fighters and this and that, who turn out to be pieces of shit. But then on the offset, you have people who sound like a piece of shit, who are rude beyond belief at first, who turn out to be really good people. Like,
I don't
even
even
with
know what you mean.
With like, even with like atheists, like people look at that and have such a negative connotation for them. But it's not. Like, it's the complete opposite of what a lot of people are actually thinking. You're not fucking Satanists. You have more compassion for animals than I see for a lot of Christian people.
Have a good one, Hemi. Always a pleasure having you here. We appreciate it. I hate you. Not you, Hemi. I like you. I like Hemi. I hate Kim.
Fuck you. I hate you too.
Well, see, Nokian, I'm kind of less and less convinced. I'm becoming, I don't know, maybe it's just kind of seeing it for what it is. But I feel less and less that Canada is actually, like, we actually have a functioning constitution. And I very much think that, like, our rights only go so far as the enforcement mechanism behind it. And if there is no mechanism to actually enshrine these things, and this is why I say our laws are the culmination of our morality. And you see today, well, what gets enforced, and more specifically, what doesn't get enforced? when we see that people, when it is racial justice, that is the cultural enforcement. That's what's going on. It's not equal application of the law. It's specifically discriminatory. And I think that's disgusting. And so, because our Constitution, it only has the teeth of someone that's willing to use force to enforce it. And I just don't think that that's true anymore. I think our Constitution, it's literally a social construct. It doesn't exist.
Lacking. Yeah, no, it's seriously lacking.
Yeah.
So Tinker had said, if you didn't read it, true, but not, but I'm not fighting to be a good person in this case. It's just giving a damn about you both. Aw. BT Dubs, I don't know how Andrew didn't get out of the front row and knock his front teeth in.
Oh.
Right? I literally, like, as I was watching that, was picturing Will Smith.
So I had texted Avarice. For those that don't know, you know, we kind of had a not a spat, but it was like, you know, it's an interesting way to become friends with someone when it's like you're insulting the hell out of each other. It's a very interesting way to become friends with someone. So, you know, me and Avarice, like we become friends since our debut on Verbal Combat. You know, and the first thing I said to him, like, we had no exchange prior to this. I just said, holy, what a piece of fucking shit. And he knew exactly what I was talking about. Yeah. It's like, it's not that hard to be a good person. It's not that hard just to leave personal stuff alone. And the same type of people, and this is why I think a lot of these people, you know, I look at how a lot of these people act. The same people that say we need to defend women and women are you know, they should be protected and all this type of stuff. But at the same point, when a woman is in front of you who left an abusive relationship, and they more say it as like, not as like a haha gotcha, but it's like, hey, this is my story. Yeah. And I'm using it to show as an example that yes, things can get better. And they use that as a weapon.
Yeah.
And like, you are such a fucking piece of shit. If someone is, you know, a woman leaves an abusive relationship and you go, yeah, well, you have 3 baby daddies, you know, you fucking whore. It's like, just admit it. Just say that you're a woman abuser. Just like, I had, you know, it was funny. Like when I was having my debate with JS Urban Adventures, and you know, we were talking about like, you know, the example that I use, like if God told you to, you know, bash babies, and he's like, yeah, if God told me to, fuck it, they're going against the wall or they're getting the brick too. And it's like, obviously he's joking, but like, but it's like, hey, at least he's, you know, being honest in a way. Yes, he's, you know, playing it up. But it's totally different when someone's like, no, of course I respect all women, except you. You're a fucking whore, and you should be in the kitchen, you piece of shit. Like, I actually, like, no, well, you're actually a piece of shit.
Well, and the fact that, as you said, he literally spent the entire engagement insulting her, and then at the end to be like, oh, I understand how you feel. Insert my trauma. I get it. It's like, you're the one that brought up my trauma, you piece of shit. Like, this has nothing to do with the debate. Like, I would have been so pissed off. And I have to say, she handled it so much more eloquently than I ever would. Because I think I would literally, if roles were reversed, I would walk up to him and fucking punch him in the throat. 1000%. The fact that she kept her composure and called him out on it and fucking owned that bitch.
You know, I had seen Andrew had posted, like, you know, as much as I think he had said, like, as much as it as good as it would have felt to like get up and like kick the shit out of him right there, it was actually worse because Rachel just put him in his place and made him look like a weak man, which is what that guy actually is.
Yep, 100%. I mean, I give them both props. I give them the fact that the props of her holding her composure and verbally beating him down. And the fact that he was like, you know what, my wife's got this. She's gonna do it justice. And like it just high five to both of you, because I don't know if I would have been that.
But see, I'm team low road. Like I don't have like the morals and the virtues of like, you know, turn the other cheek. Nah, man, I'm team low road 100%.
Oh, you're definitely eye for an eye.
Yeah, you're if you're a scumbag piece of shit, man, I'm your Huckleberry. I will get in there and I will do the exact same thing. I will play by your rules.
That's what that means. That guy that I watch on TikTok, I'm your Huckleberry, the one that's always like Durka Durka. That I showed it to you, and you're like, oh my god. We were talking about how the fact that he's still on the fucking social media. I don't fucking get it. We get booted, but whatever.
Yeah, like I'll play. I'm fine with that. You go low, man, I'll go low too. I am not above that. I will do that.
I definitely do to an extent. I know that there are times where I will bite my tongue and refuse to go as low, but there definitely are times where I will definitely slap my dick on that table and be like, fuck you, bitch.
Oh, his question was amazing. It was so.
What was the question in that case?
He had said something, you know, like
the American Tyler.
How he basically said that, you know, of course it's very important in a debate to basically accuse a woman of sleeping with 50 different guys and being a whore. That was Rob's. I can't remember exactly what his question was though. I just remember that. I'm like, oh, you sneaky little bugger.
Hey Tinker, if you're a fan of Rob's, you should definitely tune in May 9th. Shh.
I don't think we have to hide. Yeah, Rob's coming on May 9th.
Yeah, he is.
my inadvertent brother from America.
Yeah, your American doppelganger.
Apparently.
Because you're the older one, right?
No, he's older.
Oh, so you're his doppelganger. I think he's Canadian
3
doppelganger.
Years older than me. I think he's 41.
Oh, okay. So you're the Canadian doppelganger then.
Yeah.
So funny. I'm on it. May 9th.
No,
1 p.m. Central.
I think he's looking up what he actually said.
Oh, maybe. Probably.
I can't remember what it was. It was a good in though.
I feel like Avarice is going to be on too. I don't think it's just going to be Rob. I feel like it's
that'd be cool.
The tag team. I feel so. We might have Avarice on too, which I might be, you know, inadvertently calling out Avarice.
I'll see if I can find.
He's good shit. He comes off very, very strong, but he's a good shit. He's a good con.
On, I think it was after this guy. Oh nope. There we go. Here we go. This was the highlight of. Oh right. Yes. Oh, that's right.
Donald Trump is in office right now. Republicans have the House and the Senate. If they wanted to change
Okay.
policy,
while this is playing,
give me a Democrat
yes,
policy.
his question was
policy that isn't a president policy.
So which local policy in which city are you referring to that you think they make it too hard to get permits to own a business? I've asked you 5 times respectfully.
You got to pause it or turn him down or something. If you're trying to talk
because of feminism,
the invention
an
of
entire race of people wouldn't be here.
With the Marie it was literally founded on a genocide.
Well,
here we go. I got a Tinker.
On Twitter, and I promise you, I'll answer your question.
I would love to see a response to that.
I will. Shoot me an email. I put my email out there to everybody, and I'm happy to answer that. I'll look it up. Okay.
Great.
Yep.
His email is dildomotherfucker.com.
how's it going, Brian? I appreciate that
Look
you
at
said
Sally.
that like you had to bring up the personal stuff. I think that is true, and sometimes people don't understand when you're.
So for those of you who don't know who this guy is, I had a few.
How
debates
does
with
no?
him, and this should be a very.
I like how he's got like a look like, are you serious?
I was actually giving you a compliment. I'm sorry. It's difficult in debates like this where there's a personal nature and you have to bring in things that are relevant to people's lives. It's not really an insult. Even when you're implying she slept with 50 men, I understand how it's important to this debate, and I appreciate that. So, given that, feminists such as Melissa Fabello and Caitlin Berg have written extensively about the problem of men adapting feminist talking points in order to harm women. Given allegations that have been made against you of financially exploiting women and your treatment of Savannah Hernandez, who was assaulted by a man,
I'm happy to
and
talk
how
about
you
that.
mocked them, do you think,
Happy
and
to
this
talk
is the
about
question
that.
to both of you, do you think that you exhibit those same sort of toxic behaviors of
Happy.
men embracing feminist talking points in order
Sure.
to attack women?
I'm happy to talk about that.
Yes, go Rob.
So hold on.
Oh.
Okay, I am taking credit for that. Rob North stole that from me because I talked about the cuttlefish. Okay, this is someone send this to Rob North. Okay, I know he's streaming right now. He stole that talking point from me. I talked about the cuttlefish, those sneaky the little beta cuttlefish. I talked about that first. No, he's not stealing my thunder. That is a goddamn good point, and I will not have people steal my talking points. Okay?
I mean, I do remember the multiple topics on the cold cuttlefish thing. Yes,
Yes.
I had to look it up. Yeah.
Okay. For those that don't know, okay, the cuttlefish. There's like the alpha male, the big burly ones that go and like, try and get all the women. They make the territory and they defend the territory from other male cuttlefish that want to
Dwayne
steal their
Johnson-like.
women. Yeah. Well, TRT, HRT, TRT, whatever. Shut up. You're going to ruin my point. Okay. Okay, like I said, Rob, I'm Bob Nor. Fuck! Son of a bitch. Rob is streaming right now, okay? You could show him this. This is my talking point, okay? So there's... okay. There's the alpha cuttlefish that like creates the territory and defends it from all the other male cuttlefish that want to sleep with all the women. Okay. But then there's beta cuttlefish that come in, and while the alpha male cuttlefish is out doing his thing, he slips in, fucks the female cuttlefish, and then leaves. Just ghosts them. No, Rob took that point from that's my talking point. Okay. I am claiming it. How dare he? That's slander. That's not slander. That's plagiarism. That's what I meant to say. That is plagiarism. Rob Nor is actually stealing my talking point. Okay. And I will not let it stand.
Oh, the nerve. I mean,
first he steals my name. Now he steals my talking point. What's next? What is this man not capable of? What else is he going to take from me? My wife? My dogs?
I was just going to say, I wonder what his wife looks like. Wouldn't that be funny if she was like my doppelganger? What?
That would just be creepy.
That would be so creepy.
That's my, yeah.
I feel like I need to message him and be like, I need to see a picture of your wife, please.
No, that's weird.
It might be, but I need to know.
But I agree with what he's saying, that men adopt these. I'm a feminist. I'm here for you. In fact, why should I say it when Rachel,
the family and the man who pushed her, which I know he regrets doing that.
Oh, also, that family is now being federally indicted.
Which family?
The family that attacked Savannah Hernandez, the FBI just notified that they are federally charging those people.
Okay, hold on. Help me out here. Savannah Hernandez, who are we talking about?
The chick that got pushed. Remember the daughter?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
They've had death threats. There have been people that have threatened to rape The wife and the daughter, I've had plenty of private
gross.
conversations with them and their attorneys. With that being said,
Okay.
I've also said, if somebody gets arrested, charged, and convicted,
Does anyone else
let the
find this
chips
annoying?
fall where they may. What I
know,
don't
right?
like are people like the Cam Higbees, like the Nick Sorters, and others that go to political
That poor
rallies
camera worker. Like,
and they're looking to
Jesus,
get that
stay
viral
still.
moment.
I'm
Now, do
gonna
I know
kill
if
you.
Savannah Hernandez wanted to be pushed or
It's
not?
okay.
No, I
It's
don't.
okay, Tinker. I think
But
I
I do
got
know
it.
that when you go to these types of events and you're looking for that viral moment and you're not a journalist, that was my other issue with Savannah. Her first job was at InfoWars, okay? She's never wrote articles about anything. She's not a real journalist.
What does it
And
matter?
when you go around,
Yeah. So,
So
Tinker,
you
I was
can
just saying,
beat people up.
I found the point. Yeah. So Rob kind of makes that snide, like backhanded compliment that, like, yeah, of course, bringing up people's personal lives and basically insinuating that that Rachel's like a massive whore. It's like, yeah, of course, of course you have to do that type of thing. But like I said, he stole my talking point. Okay. I won't relitigate him stealing my talking point, but I do agree with what he's saying because he stole my talking point.
Can we, like, for one moment, take a look at Rachel's face right now? It is definitely, I'm going to meet you in the parking lot, you motherfucker.
around the country asking people what's a man and what, by the way, I'm not a journalist either. I never said I was. When you go around the country saying what's a man and what's a woman, that doesn't make you a journalist. And by the way, any allegations that you've
Oh
talked
my
about,
God.
Oh my God, is he still talking?
are false.
Ugh.
And why do I say
I'll be
that?
her internal monologue.
Okay, well, this is important.
Forever.
I had a death threat yesterday where somebody said they were going to go. They put my address out there. I got into this.
It's all
I
good,
got
man.
into this
It's all good.
business knowing. He asked me the
Please help
question.
me.
I'm answering
It
it.
doesn't even have to do with the question.
Then blame him. It wasn't about feminism.
Blame
You
him.
asked if you adopted feminist talking
He made
points to
claims.
attack women, and
So
you're
the answer
talking
is
about
no.
people
The
doxing.
answer is no.
Rob's
I
face,
understand
like,
it seems your argument there is you have to be careful with accusations or it could lead to death threats.
The answer is no.
You call
No.
Trump a pedo all the time. They just tried to kill him like 3 days ago.
Who's
Yeah.
that?
Yes.
Who's that?
The person that
The person.
was the
Thank you.
anti-Trumper.
Thank you. The person.
Yeah. Will you retract you calling Trump a pedo, and will you acknowledge that rhetoric?
What I have
helps lead
said-
to damage
What
against
I
any
have said
threats?
over and over again. I believe, just like I believe with Bill Clinton, that both Bill Clinton and Donald Trump have probably did some horrible things to women. Donald,
Can we pause this? Okay, why is anybody even listening to this non-soul ginger? And I'm allowed to say that because I'm half ginger, so fuck you. He ain't got no soul. Why is anybody listening to this bullshit?
That's just. This is what.
I at least
Remember,
have half a soul.
remember we showed that little snippet of him going on a 20-minute tirade where he just didn't stop.
I know, with Rob, and he was just like saying that the whole time, like,
Yeah.
God,
Trump
this
is
guy.
also
Okay.
a liable sexual abuser. Donald Trump
Oh my
said,
God.
rough him up. I'll pay your legal bills. So if you're going to call out one side, you
Yeah,
better
Brian.
call out the other one
Shut
too.
up.
You're done now.
Here.
You're done. I answered your question.
James, since Rob said that was a question for both of us, I just want to quickly say this guy who is the white knight defender of women and
I never
wants to
said I was the
protect-
white knight.
You want to protect women, yet your very first DM to me was asking how many beers my husband had to have in order to
I did say that.
work
You know
up
why? I'll
work
defend
up
that.
the guts to have sex
I'll
with
defend
me.
that. I'll defend that. And it
Right.
goes to what Rob North said.
Rude.
Here's the reason why I said that. She put out a tweet.
I shared a tweet
Excuse me.
somebody
Let me
else
just answer.
put
Let me
out.
at least defend
Guess he missed
myself.
it when I showed
She
it.
put out a tweet,
Oh.
a
I didn't say
retweet, whatever you
did
call it.
I just shared
Doesn't
a
matter.
tweet about
She
it.
has a large platform, and she
Oh my
retweeted or whatever you want to put it, a story about me with all the worst. My sister passed away at the age of 37. The person in this article, she doesn't care. Yeah, but again, she doesn't. She
You
can give.
just
She can give
can't-
two shits.
you
I'm
can't be
answering
concise.
why. I'm defending why I called you
Get
that
it
and why I
out
said
quickly.
that. Because
There's
I was.
no excuse for you to
Okay,
say that.
okay,
because
but
you're
it's an
angry
excuse to
because
call
she said
people
something.
retards.
Got it.
Remember,
Go ahead.
Hurt fifis.
we even broke down, not broke down, but we read the comments that he was saying to her, that she's a bitch and all this stuff. And then Sarah Fields released hers that he's like, I'm actually a good guy. I don't bite or whatever. And then it was like 6 months later, it's like, oh, I hear you're suicidal. I have a gun for you.
I know, it was so fucked up, but I gotta say, fucking Hemi and Tinker, you are on my level today. I'm fucking loving it. My God.
I hope I can't remember if this is where Rachel
I'm
says it.
saying you don't give a fuck about women.
No, I don't give a fuck about you.
You are a sneaky fucker. Is what
There you
are.
go.
He pretends to be a feminist so that he can get into women's
move on,
spaces and
please,
do
move
things
on.
to
Please,
them.
you defend
All right, we're gonna go to the next question.
There you go. There it was right there. She called him a sneaky and that I think that I don't know if they came up with it, but it's the whole idea is of basically what Rob had alluded to, that they the male feminist that, oh, I'm here for you. It's a tactic. I get it, man. I get it. Sometimes you put the pussy on a pedestal and you're hoping for it. I get it, man. We've all been there. Okay. I get it. So
some pussy's really good. What can you say?
That's true. So like that's it's a tactic. It's a tactic. Why are you so weird?
What?
Why are you like that?
What? I don't know.
It's my level. You just leveled up.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yeah. So when she said, yeah, you're a sneaky fucker, you act as though like, oh, women, oh, I hear your plights, I hear your concerns, and I'm here for you. Hearing a male feminist is like the most gay thing I think possible in the world.
No, it's not the most gay thing possible. It's the most creepiest thing possible.
No, it's
hearing
pretty gay.
Like straight gay men saying shit like that, it's all kind of ick vibe. Ick.
Yeah.
That's not that's why
Rachel's. That's why Rachel. I wish I could go back. Like, how do you go back? Like, just 10 seconds or whatever.
I don't know. You move the thing back.
He pretends to be a feminist so that he can get into women's
move on,
spaces and
please,
do
move on.
things to them.
Please, you
Yes.
defend
All right,
to be a
we're gonna go to the next
Christian.
question. We're ready for you. Go ahead.
Yes,
You
I'm
can't be
answering
precise.
why. I'm defending why I called you that,
Get it
why
out
I said
quickly.
that. Because
There's
I was.
no excuse for you to say
Oh, okay,
that
but
to
it's
me.
an excuse
You
to
don't
call
know
people
me.
retards. Get lost. Go ahead.
I'm saying you don't give a fuck about women.
No, I don't give a fuck about you.
You are a sneaky fucker, is what you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, call him out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's so funny. Like, and then this is a thing. Like these guys, he knows. Like, if you call someone a retard, no one cares. No one really cares if you call someone a retard.
It's like one of the best words ever.
But it was so funny because she said something about being retarded, and he's like, "Oh, how dare you? I don't use the R word." And then it was like 5 minutes later, he's like, "Yeah, you're retarded." It's like, man, you're such a scumbag.
He's a fucking hypocrite. He's a piece of shit. I don't know how he has so many followers that he does. I don't know how he got to where he did. Like he literally is a piece of shit. Literally.
We've done this once before, but it's good enough once, it's good enough a second time.
Mr. Hanky?
What a piece of shit. Exactly. All right. Yeah.
Awkward.
All right. I see my unofficial brother. I assume that they got back from their flight. Okay. So.
How do you know? Why?
Oh, Rob is actually breaking down he's playing the video. So, I think with that, let's make like a banana and head out.
All right. And to anybody watching on Rumble, that's exactly where he's going to send you, is to his American doppelganger.
Yeah.
What do we got here? The Griff money I'd pay for a boxing match between him and Andrew. I second that. That would be fantastic. I love it. To anybody who is new here, again, if you haven't already hit the subscribe button, what's wrong with you? Do it. Hit the subscribe button. Like us, share us with all your friends. Get us out there, because there's not many voices like us out there. So you need to just fucking get us out. And you're sitting here watching us, and we love you for it. So Share us with the world. We are also live every Monday and Wednesday on Rumble, X, and YouTube at 8 p.m. Central, and on Saturdays at 1 p.m. Central. Except for this Saturday might be a little bit different. It might not be featuring me or him or just him. Anyway, so it'll just be Tyler because I'm going to be out of town in Prince George, apparently the place that's going to be fucking Punjabi, for a funeral. But anyway, I digress. You can check us out in all the other places listed in the description box below. And also anything we did talk about is also listed in the description box below. So you can, I don't know, go look at it, come to your own conclusions, all that other fun little jazz. And otherwise, we will catch you again. He will catch you again on Saturday. Be kind to one another. Share, subscribe. We out.